Hello and welcome back to another gig log. This is Nate within the Mix Light and Sound, and today we are at the start of our annual 4-day festival, the Phoenixville Dogwood Festival. So phase 1 is already completed, getting the trailer in position. Next up, phase 2 will be getting our gear unloaded. Phase 3 will be getting set up. So we have plenty of time to get ourselves organized. We have a team coming later that's going to help us throughout the 4 days. I'd say the main reason we have the team is so we have to tear down each night, make sure that the gear is secured from weather and such. Speaking of weather, looks like it's going to be a little touch and go at the beginning of this festival. So today into tomorrow might have some rolling showers that we'll have to deal with. But it looks like going into the weekend, the weather's going to be beautiful, so definitely looking forward to that. We may even pull out the shorts for some of these events. So yeah, we've been having an odd cool spell lately here. But with that, we're going to go ahead and get set up, and we'll get video of the 4 days for you. So with that, stay tuned. So here's our plan for power while we got this all laid out here. So we're going to be coming out of our Whirlwind distro, and both the front DL32, we're going to be splitting up. So we're going to capture backline with the DL32 that's in the main rack there. We're running power out of the distro on its own circuit here, and what we're going to catch with this is both frontline power, so we get a stringer going across here. That is on an inline GFI for protection there. We're gonna come out with our Siamese cables that are power and XLR out of the DL and hit all the front monitors here. We're gonna grab the back monitor, or the drum monitor, with the DN output there and the power strip there. So one circuit is gonna be feeding all the monitors and the frontline power. We're going to do a separate run here for power, separate circuit for lights, and then we're also going to run a strip back here for backline. And the mains are going to be on their own circuit, and what we're doing is we're running True One PowerCon out to a weatherproof box here, and this is going to be our distro. So we have our True One in, our True One out. We have our IEC for the sub, and then we have our PowerCon in here for the Meyer X40s. And then we simply put a little lid on here. Let me get the camera around. Put a lid on here, and this will latch up tight. And then we're coming out of that stringer, coming around to another box over here, and same idea, it's just hitting the power there. And we'll have this sealed up, weather tight, and then it should give you the idea, danger electric, do not tamper with. For signal for mains, we're going to be coming out of the DL32 that's up front here, and we're running dual XLR snakes, just to save, wrapping, because again, we do have to break this down each night. So that way it's just one cable wrap, but it's going to come out and it's going to go in the sub, which is the white cable feed, and then we've got a feed for the top that will be at stage right of the audience left, and then we run a 50-foot dual XLR around, and then pick up the audience right. Again, same idea here, one cable hitting both the front of house tops and the subs. As far as why we're doing a split, it's the easiest way on stage here to get these set up without taking a whole lot of room with tripod stands, number one. And number two, there's typically always a banner down here in the front advertising the sponsors, so we don't want to block that up with subs. So that's the trade-off we make, but we've done this before in the past at this venue, and it has worked out pretty well. And again, we usually get enough subs to cover the whole park here. It's not super deep, so just a single pair of double 18s works out really well. Of course, if we wanted to, we could double up the subs, but we won't need to, again, for this type of event. If the music was the main draw, without all of the carnival rides that you see back here behind us, that would be a different story. But the music is kind of ancillary to or parallel to what's going on at the rest of the event here, so we don't have to get ear-bleeding concert level SPLs here. Also want to take a moment to highlight how we're transporting our monitors now. So we now have 4 additional pair of dbTechnologies FMX12s, and they are dedicated solely to the trailer, solely to the large gigs, and they ride in this Pro X XS UTL4. And where this saves us time is, number one, we can house the cables wrapped up in with 2 of the monitors here, and this has padding around it, so we don't have to take all that extra time of getting them in the soft cases and then packing them into the large coffin case that I had before. They had to go in the soft cases before just because of the way they stacked. They would have been touching grill to grill, and they would have been rubbing, and it just would have been a disaster. But this will protect them nicely. We have the grills facing towards the padding. And again, just an easy way to get these in. At the end of the night, you just grab them, put them on the side, and we're set. And we got the sweet sounds of Boz Scaggs going here. Might have to block it for YouTube, I don't know, we'll see. But sounding amazing as always. Thanks to you. All right, we'll take you through a quick run through of how we're going to be living for the next 4 days here. So we have, these are mic stands in here, K&M and DR mic stands. We have, of course, our lovely pack out that has all of our cabling, XLRs, etc. We have our big gig rig. If you haven't watched my prior video on this, you'll be able to see that. We have our Whirlwind Power distro down at the bottom. We have our DL32, which we are not really using. We're going to use this for inputs for the back line here. We're not using any outputs there. Of course, everything's powered by the Behringer wing rack. We have XLXD wireless. We have in the small drawer here our batteries, which are fully charged, as well as a keyboard and mouse. We have a computer in the back that we're going to use just for background music here, a little touchscreen monitor. Our little table just for odds and ends. In the bag here we have radios, so when the team gets here we'll be setting up for radios. Some cable covers here for our run to front of house. And here's where we have everything else running. So we talked about the power for the mains and how we're running those, and the lockdown boxes here. We're using this front DL32 and as a little power distro, so running an inline GFI for the power that's going out for frontline. And of course we're capturing our front of house mix there, we're capturing our monitor outs, and we'll use this to capture any frontline inputs that we might have. We're running JBL SRX828SPs, Meyer X40s on top, dual XLR cable for the signal, and then we're running power, another 3 monitors across the front. At some point for one of the groups we're going to expand this to 4 monitors, but these are dbTechnologies FMX12s. We have a FMX dbTechnologies 15 monitor for the back there by Drums. And we're running a daisy chain PowerCon out of the Meyer X40s to our wireless, these are both lighting spider washes. They take wireless DMX and they're fully charged. They're also battery powered, but because we might be running these for a while, I'm just going to keep them plugged in, keep them fully charged. Not a big deal, it's just running a little pigtail there. Along back line, so we do have house amps, a Fender Princeton reverb amp that'll sit here, a Fender Rumble 100 for bass, which we're going to take the DI out of. We have a Yamaha kit, just a 5-piece kit as the house drum kit, and then we have a deluxe reverb here as the other house amp. Around the back we are running, of course there's our router and computer. We're using Ubiquiti wireless. We may or may not set up a front of house out there. Just waiting to see what the weather's gonna look like. I'm gonna check that out shortly and then make a decision as to whether I'm just running tablet today or if I'll set up a front of house position with my MIDI controllers. And if I do that, I'll show you what that looks like. For back here, we're just running the monitor out with a Siamese cable, so monitor power to that FMX 15. For the back line, we're also grabbing that and we're running out of a GFI. So everything that musicians will be plugging into is GFI protected. And then we're running a stringer along the back here, which is going to capture all the lights which are on their own circuit. So we have yet to set those up, but we'll get those going. We're going to control those with a Wolfmix controller. So once I get the lighting set up, I'll show you what that looks like. All right, we got the lights running off of our Wolfmix, which is just going to sit here side stage for tonight. Again, we're looking to get some weather here and don't want to be caught out with the front of house spot, so we're not doing that tonight. That is running into this wireless transmitter. I think it's on Amazon as Elixia or something. So DMX in, DMX out to our little Chave DMX distro here. And then that is splitting off to the light trees and also to our Magma Prime hazer. We also have a fan running. Going to test that out in a moment. And then each base plate has a color strip, a sheds LED spot, sheds LED wash. Yeah, we're just running them across here. We have another little DMX distro here just to cut down on the runs. Try to keep things spooled, and we're going to tidy up these cables back here a little bit. And then for power, there's a little stringer here. You bring the camera around. So a little stringer that each tree is tying into. So the lights themselves and the hazer, that's all running off of its own circuit, its own 20 amp circuit. All right, we're about to start here with the first group, which is a local student music group. Should be a lot of fun. And then we move on to the bands. Band 2 is up. Just guitar, bass, 3 vocals, and drums. All right, weather probably kept some of the crowd away here, but we've got the third and final group on for tonight. Looks like the rain is coming a little bit later, probably just as we're packing up. And we did get the rain that they were calling for. Right as the band was doing their last set, of course, it started opening up. And luckily we were under the roof here, but we got everything packed up in about 45 minutes. So not too shabby. Next we're on to tomorrow, but after this storm, the weather is supposed to be beautiful for the rest of the remaining 3 days. Stay tuned. And we're back here at day 2 at Phoenixville Dogwood Festival. As you can see, we have all of our gear laid out here. We're just gonna go ahead and start getting set up. A lot of stuff was kind of coiled in hurry to get it out of the rain last night. Even though it's overcast and cloudy today, there's not supposed to be any more rain for the rest of this event. So that's what we're hoping for, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. I think we're gonna be good. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting set up. The crew should be here soon, and I'll take you through again how we end up setting up for today. It's going to be very similar over the next couple of days. The repetition just makes it easier. The crew knows exactly where everything needs to go, so we can get stuff laid out fast, we can get stuff torn down fast, and move along with the festival. There's going to be 2 acts tonight, each with 2-hour sets, so it should be pretty straightforward once we get them dialed in. So I'll take you through that setup as well. Stay tuned for day 2. Alright, so we have our crew dialing in monitors for the first band. Pretty simple, they're going to be a jazz act, so it's keys, guitar, bass, and drums, with one vocal mic that they will be using just for talking in between. But that's really it. And where we're at is we have our little front of house set up here, so we've got a little 5x5 easy up. We've got our rock and roller cart with a little tray on top, and then we're running our Waves Fit MIDI controller. Underneath here is a PC. We're running mixing station on here, and then for lights we're using our Wolf Mix, and we're powering everything with a little Jackery down below here. So nice little quick strike this at the end of the night, roll it up, and we're good to go. So here's still in the second band, and it's chilly tonight. Got some wind blowing through here, making the haze on stage go wild, of course. But front of house is working out great.
You have a festival 2 blocks from your house, we can play there too.
And you can see some of the carnival rides in the background. And that'll do it for day 2. So the Dave Matthews tribute was a big hit. Actually got some comments from other sound engineers in the area about how well they liked the mix. And yeah, it was a good day. No rain, although a little chilly. You can see I'm bundled up here. That breeze definitely was a little chilly. But with that, we're going to be on to day 3 tomorrow. So again, stay tuned. And we're back here again, day 3, and we have, again, cool day, little overcast here and there, nice little breeze coming through, enough to chill things down. You know, still have to wear a coat here, which is insane for May, but we are back at it again. We've got our gear out. We're going to go ahead and set everything up, and we have 3 acts today, so I'll take you through how we set up for those. On to day 3. Almost there. One more day to go after this one. All right, so here's our setup for today for the first group, which is a high school jazz band. So for the rest of the evening, we're running 3 monitors across the front, 4th one backed by drums again. We have both guitar amps mic'd for the second group that comes up. These chairs are for the jazz band. And the way we did it in previous years and what they requested is just some mics across the front, which we'll catch. 5th one over here. And then we have everything else pre-mic'd on the drums. And what we've been doing for the festival so far is just a Beta 91 in the kick, Telefunken M80 for the snare, a Shure KSM for the hat, SE8 for one overhead, and then Sennheiser 604s for the rest of the toms. For lighting, again, we're coming out of our Wolf mix, which will be all the way, let me swing the camera around here, out where you see that black easy up. That's where the Wolf mix is in my little mixing spot. And we're coming out of DMX, out of a node, into the Chauvet distribution. We have our Magma Prime hazer, and then we're running a second distro over here to split out the DMX, and that is going to each of these stations. Sheds, lighting, spots, moving washes, and we have some strips. And then we have sheds 3-in-1s here, ground stacked on the cases. All right, somebody had made a comment in one of my prior videos asking about how I do this wireless jump from the stage to front of house here. So it basically all starts with this MikroTik router right here. And I can put a link to it. But basically, this is acting as a wireless bridge. It's connecting to the Wi-Fi access point that's up on stage there, which is Ubiquiti. And with this, the range on this stuff is incredible. And then to get it onto the pole of the Easy up here, you can see I just have a microphone extension that is kind of tied to there to get it on a pole. And then I just have like a camera clamp here to get it onto there. So rigged a little bit there, but it works. I don't have to set up a separate pole or anything because I can put it right to the leg of the Easy up. From there, it's powered via PoE, so it comes with its own adapter. I have that going into one of the Ethernet ports in the rack here, and in there underneath the mixing board is a switch, and with the switch I have 2 additional outputs, and that's what those are plugged into. So basically this one is for the wireless bridge that's coming into the switch here. The computer that controls the fader bank is attached to that network switch. And then here is where the magic happens for the lights. So what we have is a DMX cable coming in with a little turnaround there. And this adapter here, node 1 by P-Night, takes the DMX signal from the Wolf mix, translates that to ArtNet or SACN, and then that goes via Ethernet into the switch, out of the switch to our MikroTik point-to-point bridge, out to the stage, which is in my rack. There's a node in there. Then from the node into the DMX distribution onto the stage. So that's how that works. And then at the same time, over that same wireless bridge, we also have our wireless connection for the computer down here that's running Mixing Station. And Mixing Station is MIDI'd into this Waves Fit controller here, which is how I go and I control from a front of house. And the nice part here is that it all fits right on a little roller cart with a on-stage platform. So end of the night, I just case up these items. We're running power off of a Jackery, fold up the Easy Up, and then just wheel it up to the stage, and we're good to go. So pretty easy from the old days of big heavy snakes and power that I'd have to run out here and then worry about cable ramps and all that stuff. Now I just have a little 5x5 area I take up and get what I need from it. The first act of the day is getting set up. We've got 2 keys, bass, 2 guitars, whole horn section. We're gonna pick them up with the mics. We got a couple of things DI'd in here as well. Too many people on stage to go through the connections, but it'll be a good time. Kids are super talented. And we got group 2 up. We've got 4 keys in the back, 2 guitars, bass, drums, and horn section over to stage left there. Hard to see behind the pole. These guys are basically a school of rock. So much fun to watch. Alright, and we got the third band up and running for the night. They are 2 acoustic guitars DI'd in, bass, and drums. So, started off with a lot of work for the first 2 acts, and now not too bad for the final act here tonight.
Must have been late afternoon.
And another shot of the front of house in the dark.
Alright, that's a little song by Nathaniel Rateliff from the Heart.
Day 3 in the books. So you can see we got a nice clean stage here, except for some of the lost and found things over there. But tomorrow's the longest day. So there's a parade. We'll set up a little satellite speaker for that. And then we start at 3. So go 3 to 10. We've been going 6 to 10. So tomorrow is day 4. Stay tuned. And welcome back. Here we are, day 4, Phoenixville Dogwood Festival. We're gonna take you through our setup here. We're gonna do old school POV style here, due to some requests I saw on the channel. So we got all of our gear rolled out. Now we just have to set it up and attach cables. So we'll take you through that process, and then we'll take you through the rest of the day. We have, of course, 4 acts lined up for today, 2 1-hour slots, and then 2 2-hour slots to close out the night. We're going to be setting up our front of house, and we're also going to be setting up an ancillary speaker during the Dogwood Parade for speeches down at a little satellite area of the park. So I'll show you what I do for that. So with that, stay tuned for day 4 and final day of Phoenixville Dogwood Festival 2026.
So.
doing sound for the event? So there's 4 acts. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but the Holts and Vinyl Roots are closing it out. Yeah. I have a crew come in a little bit later. It's going to help me tear down. Makes sense. Yeah, that's right, Nathan. Yeah. That's right, yeah, before all that stuff went down, unfortunately. Oh, awesome. You want to do it? There you go. At least I didn't get asked if I was the ice cream guy this time. All right, get all that in. So let's get this stuff figured out. All right. PA is all connected. Time for lights. All right, we're gonna plug this guy in here. These are power. DMX lead. DMX in. And now we get the rest of this going. You can tell it's been a 4-day concert when I gotta figure this out. Okay. Power. DMX. Now, it's been working all show so far. So I'm gonna take a gamble and raise them up. And gamble that they continue to work here. Vinyl Roots is closing it out. The Holts are opening, and then there's 2 acts in between. I don't recall off the top of my head, but now let's get the cable runs done. Oh, the funnel cake fried food smell is alive and well. There we go. Got that plugged in, got that plugged in. Plug in our fan. Then we're done. Now to run power and get some sound. All right, for the speech during the parade this year, we just have coverage basically around here across the street. We're using our eVerse 8 because there's no power to draw from here, so all battery powered, into a SLXD, one of the portable guys that runs off of the USB-C in the back of the eVerse here. And then we have one of our hardwired mics with the SLXD 3 on the end of it here. So all they have to do is turn on the speaker, turn on SLXD, and they're ready to talk. Pretty easy setup. And everything worked out great with the speaker. We're just down here to pack that up, take it back to the trailer. And you can hear the Dogwood parade is in full swing. Band has a nice cadence going. All right, we're just gonna hang out a little bit here and watch the marching band since we have a moment. '76ers drum line. Stacked up, and it's funny, the crowd is keeping away from all the sun area, just sitting in the shade. So the first act is 3 vocals, acoustic guitar, and percussion. We got band 2 on. We've got drums, bass, 2 electric guitars, and then up front we have an acoustic guitar, and we have a harp mic, and we have 3 vocals going. 2 are using our wireless, and 1 is using the artist's wireless. Fourth act of the day, jazz trio. We got guitar, we've got stereo keys, and drums. We've got the final band on for the night. So this band has 2 guitars plus a DI acoustic guitar, so 3 guitars total. Mono keys, percussion, so 2 channels of mics for that, bass, and drums. I think that covers it all. And we're running 5 monitors total for the band, and got them dialed in. We're off. And that'll do it for 2026 Dogwood Festival. 4 days, and man, it was a good time. It just, you know, the system just sounded good here in the park. Lots of compliments all around, but it was just fun time. We got everything packed up in about, I'd say about an hour and 45 minutes, 2 people. And that was with the band kind of loitering around a little bit afterwards, and having to go, get the truck, hitch up the trailer, which it's all set and ready to go. So we just got to get in and drive, which we're about to do, and get a good night's rest. So thank you for watching. I wanted to get a teardown video, but by the time all was said and done, the band was finishing. It actually started drizzling a little bit, so we just kind of attacked it. And of course now it's not doing anything, which is fine by me. At least the equipment's dry. But yeah, we weren't able to get a teardown video on that. But think of it as the setup video in reverse. Simple enough, right? All right, well, thank you again for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and always look forward to your comments. So with that, on to the next one. Thank you.